Are you looking for a simple, inexpensive way to store your go-to dyes? Hi, I'm Jess from jesscrafts.com, and I'm going to help you make the most of your crafty supplies and time. So let's take a look. For a long time, I was using this tool from Twiddler's Nook, and I think it's a great tool. I was not unhappy with it in any way, except for that eventually I just wanted to store more dyes than this does. But it's a magnetic tool, and it holds your dyes, and then it sits up on an angle at your desk. There's different colors and different designs available, and I was happy with it for a long time. It just got to the point where the amount of dyes that I wanted to store was bigger than this tool. And so I decided to see if I could make something mostly with supplies that I already had on hand that would hold more dyes. But I will link this in case you're looking for maybe just a smaller solution or something to sit right next to your die cutting machine. I'm going to hang this up on the wall. And I know that maybe is not the best solution for some people. Some people might prefer the desktop one. So I wanted something I could hang on the wall, and I wanted something bigger. I decided to see if I could basically make a piece of wall art. And so I purchased an 8 inch by 8 inch canvas at a secondhand reuse store. But I do know that you can find these even at the Dollar Tree, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, different art stores, a lot of choices out there for that, but I was happy to find mine already used so that I didn't have to purchase something new. But I painted it with some leftover paint that I had on hand, and I picked out this rainbow paper because I thought not only do I just like the look of it, but it has a lot of colors, so hopefully it'll match my craft room for a long time. And then picking the magnet was probably the most important part. Usually to store my dyes, I include a magnetic vent cover. And so that means that they're really, really thin. They're just meant to cover the air registers in your house. But they're great for storing dyes. They're thin, they're lightweight. However, for this project, I actually wanted something thicker. So I had a scrap of some thick magnetic sheet in my stash. I have no idea where I got it from, but I used it because I had it, and it did limit me because I could only use the size, the scrap of magnet that I had. But I will link you to something similar on Amazon. I have not ordered this thing off of Amazon, so I cannot speak to it. I would suggest still looking at the reviews, but I just don't want to leave you completely empty-handed. But basically, this magnet is about 1 millimeter thick. And this means that when I go to pull the die off, it's actually floating above the pattern paper enough that it's really easy to pick up. If it were that really thin sheet, it would be laying right next to it, and I think it would be harder. I have a hard time. I even have longer nails, and still I have a hard time grabbing it right off the magnetic sheet. But because there's this lip created by a thicker magnet, I can either pull them off really easily, which I think you could probably do with a thin magnetic sheet, or I can easily get my finger underneath them and pick them up that way. So, let me just it's probably a better example, but yeah, you can just kind of slip your fingernail under them a little bit better. So, painted it. I attached the pattern paper with just my ATG general adhesive. There is a stronger ATG out there, like a stronger adhesive. It's the same, if it's in the same glider, but you can get the stronger one, and that one may work even better. But this has been hanging on my wall for over a week, no problems. It's not loose in any way. And then I hang this right above my Gemini Junior, and I'm good to go, and I have my go-to dyes. Sorry that I didn't record. Well, I did record making this, but my camera was auto-focusing and zooming in and out, and it would have made you sick. So I'm really sorry I didn't have a tutorial for this, and it's just me talking. But I hope that the explanation was enough that if anybody wanted to try something similar, they could. I hope you found this video helpful. I will leave you some other crafty organization videos in the video description and here on the screen. Subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss the next template or tutorial, and check the video description for product links. See you in the next video.